a week from 100,000 people. See what I'm saying? The big corporations. You just have to scale yourself down to find out what job that you can get that people can work for you, and you can make a little bit of money off of a lot of folks. And then what you've done is two things. You've helped that person be successful, and that's what you want to do. You know, if any of y'all came to work for me, I want you to be successful. I don't want you to have. Here's the worst thing you can do is look at your paycheck. I tell my guys, don't look at your paycheck, okay? You make good enough money, figure out how to live on the good money that you make, but don't look at your paycheck, because the way our system's set up, you're going to succeed. And I'm not bragging, but you want to work for a guy like me, you know? Because some employers out there don't want you to succeed, do they, Steve? All they're wanting you to do is spend your time, work for them, and make them money. That's not who you want to work for, because that's your entry-level job, or that's the job you hate. And what are we trying to find? The job you love. Yeah, because if you find the job you love, you won't get out and party all weekend because you know that you got to go to work on Monday morning. If you find the job you love will help you find maybe that significant other in your life, because you're stable. You know what's going on. If you find the job you love, that'll help you support family members that you might need to support down the line. If you find the job you love, that will give you self-worth and happiness, okay? But life's not all about money. It's not all about money, but those things right there can give you the mental capacity to do great things, to find the job that makes people work for you.
Yeah, I think that's the number one thing what Chris is talking about that we need to talk to you guys about today is finding that job that you love. You know, if you find that job you love, you'll look forward to going to. It won't be a job anymore. It'll be part of your life. It'll be something that you enjoy going to, something that a place that you go that you enjoy hanging out with your coworkers, and we're talking about putting 110% in your job. If you find that job that you love and that passion that you have, you'll put that effort without even noticing it. It's just something that you'll want to do, and it'll be part of your life. And you know, it's not going to be that first job that you have out there out of high school or out of college. It might not be that first one. It might be. You might be one of the lucky ones and find that first job. But when you just keep searching and find that passion, that job that you love, and it'll make life a whole lot easier and a whole lot more enjoyable. Chris touched earlier, I know when we're talking about things that can get you fired, also was probably one of the biggest disappointments in dealing with some of my employees over the years is dealing with alcohol and drugs. I know I had an employee that was a great worker, worked for me for a while, and you know, any disciplinary action goes back to what I said earlier: integrity, doing the right thing at all times, being truthful at all times. But I had an employee that I really loved having around, hard worker, but he made some bad decisions and got drawn for a random drug test, which is part of our city policies. And so I notified him. He went to have the test done, came back to my office later, and it wasn't so bad that he failed the drug test, but he went to the extreme of trying to circumvent the drug test and got caught doing it. And you know, when I met with him today, it just broke my heart to tell him, you know, if you had come to me and said, I'm not going to pass this drug test, we would have dealt with it. We would have dealt with disciplinary actions. But I told him, when you went into that testing environment and you tried to deceive everybody and tried to basically lie on the test, you know, there's nothing else I could do. You know, I had to terminate an employee for that situation. And it just all comes down to integrity. You know, telling the truth, being honest, coming up, just admitting you made a mistake. You know, you're not gonna be able to pass it, and we could have dealt with that. But at all times in your job, just do what's right. Your employees gonna appreciate that. Just have high integrity at all times, and everything will work out.
We just had 4 minutes left because we have homeroom scheduled today, unfortunately, but this has been great. And Chris, I think you could also be a motivational speaker. We could add that to your list of things. You can tell that he's a football coach. Actually, I didn't mention that Chris is a ball for life. I always assume everybody knows he played football for the University of Tennessee and also played pro ball. So He definitely knows how to get people fired up. We appreciate this so much. I think the students really enjoy hearing from someone besides us. You know, we kind of become like the parents. You don't listen to your parents, but you'll listen to other people. So, does anybody have a quick question? We have a couple of minutes left. Anything? They probably want to ask y'all for job applications because you made it sound pretty good to work for you. But thank you, gentlemen, so much.